Lincoln University's football season is pushed back at least 3 weeks. Today, the MIAA announced all sports practices will be delayed until the week of August 31st, and competition won't start until the week of September 28th. So the Blue Tigers games against Fort Hays State, Nebraska Kearney, and Pittsburgh State are all postponed at this point. Lincoln's opener will now be on October 3rd against Washburn. We spoke with athletic director and men's basketball coach John Moseley this afternoon. He says the postponed games could be added back onto the schedule, possibly even played in the spring along with the postseason. He says student athletes will get to campus in August, but it's unclear whether or not they'll be able to do any sort of workouts prior to the start of practices. Overall, Moseley says he supports the decision.
I think it's the right call. I'm glad the league didn't panic and just pull the plug completely. We're trying to give ourselves as much time as we can to make the best decision that we can to allow, if at all possible, for us to play.
Moseley also says he doesn't anticipate LU having to cut any more sports due to COVID-19 financial impacts. Remember, earlier this summer, Lincoln had to cut its women's bowling program. As for basketball, Moseley says the MIAA hasn't started talking about winter sports yet. Practices are scheduled to start on October 15th. So far, the league has already reduced the schedule to 22 conference games. Moseley says he has learned a lot throughout this entire COVID-19 pandemic.
You have to be flexible. You have to be willing to change and to adapt, not to be so stuck in your ways that it has to be exactly like it's always been. Our experience here is about our student athletes, and we're going to do all we can to keep them safe and provide them with an opportunity to participate in the sports that they've grown up loving to play.
Meanwhile, Central Methodist and Missouri Valley will play football as scheduled. The Heart of America Conference announced today fall sports will go on as planned. Back in June, the conference announced football competition could start on September 12th. All other sports can start a week earlier on September 5th.